All right, we decided a last-minute road trip. We're down in San Rafael Swell area. Got our truck backed up to the edge of a cliff over here. So we're waiting for the morning. Kristy's in there somewhere. Oh, there she is. It's dark, but we're waiting. Hopefully we can get a... There's kind of the edge of the cliff right there is the edge of the cliff. It's Gonzo land behind there, but anyway, it should give us a good view of the valley below there. Anyway, so we're out here on Cedar Mountain Lookout in the northern end of the San Rafael Swell. Kristy and I have never explored down here, so we thought we'd give it a try. Yep. But we got here late, so we'll have to see our surroundings in the morning. Alright, so we brought along the rooftop tent. I got it highlighted in the flashlight there. Kristy's getting ready for bed. She's getting all her stuff ready. Got the light on in the tent. You can kind of see it there. Got the lights on the bed of the truck so we can see there as well. I did a dumzo and left my ladder at home. So we have to climb up on the tailgate to get up into the tent. But oh well. It's not the end of the world. We can still use the tent. We just have to use... We just can't use the ladder. Anyway, but we're backed up to this crevasse right here. It's a pretty good crevasse. Kind of show it right here maybe. Yeah, it goes down into the ground there. Down there. And then it drops off to Gonzo land over here. Big old cliffy rock out there hanging on the edge of the cliff. Anyway, it's supposed to be an awesome view out there, so excited to see what it looks like in the morning. Right now we're enjoying the distant lightning show off in the distance there. I don't know if I'll be able to get any of that on camera or not, but it's nice to watch in the night sky. Alright, well, we're gonna get bed ready. Enjoy the evening. See you in the morning. Well, there's Kristy up in the tent, ready, getting cozy already, getting ready to go to bed. That's awesome. Looks like it's gonna be a good morning. Alright, good morning to day 2. Looks like we might have just found ourselves a really nice place to camp for the night. We just didn't realize it in the dark, but check this out. All right, those are pretty fantastic views of the swell down there. It's kind of like a mini Grand Canyon. It's pretty awesome. The sun came up and hit the cliff faces with the brightness. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, so here's another look at that cliff that's right here. It's not as ominous in the day as it is in the night, but it's certainly a drop-off. All right, looks like it's going to be a beautiful day today. Sun's coming up. It's partly cloudy. It's Beautiful. Beautiful morning. You got water boiling. We got Peak Refuel's breakfast skillet. We're going to put that on some tortillas we brought from home and have some breakfast burritos. So that's going to be our breakfast for this morning. Plus we got some snacks that we can snack on as well. Some dried fruit and some other things. So we're going to get breakfast done and then we're going to start exploring. Alright, well, let's see how this turned out. Peak Refuel's breakfast skillet. It's got sausage and potatoes and onions and peppers. All kinds of good stuff in there. Get that laid out here on a couple of these tortillas. Have ourselves a nice breakfast burrito. I should have brought a little salsa from home. That would have been great. All right. Yeah, that's good. All right, Kristy reminded me we brought the cooler from home, and inside the cooler we had some cheese. And we got some bacon in there too. We'll cook up tomorrow, but cheese on your breakfast burrito should be an extra goodness, minus the salsa I forgot. This is my second. Kristy already had one, and there's still enough in there for another. Dang, that's a lot of food. Well, I think we got some breakfast burritos with a view. Look at that. Kristy's out on point there. Awesome. Breakfast burritos and a view. I'm going to go over there and join her. I don't know how she got over there. She had to jump that crevasse to get over there. Crazy lady. What the heck's she doing? Yeah, that's a hole down there. Have to step across that. She likes to live on the edge.
Not too bad of a drop off though. Not right here anymore.
Yeah, look at the truck up there where we camped. That is awesome. Well, what do you think about your breakfast burrito and a view?
Awesome.
Woohoo!
So pretty up here.
Yeah.
I like it.
Pretty nice spot. Yeah, you really got to watch your step around here. Look at that. It's a long ways down. And we're just camped right there. Don't back up any further. All right, well, that was a great campsite for night one of this overlanding, boondocking swell of a trip. All right, pretty awesome. Okay, I'm gonna get the tent put down and we're gonna hit the road and head down to that Jurassic National Monument. Go check it out. It opens at 10 o'clock, visitor center, but there's a couple of interpretive trails we can hike around, maybe see some dinosaur bones, so that'd be pretty neat. So do that first, and then as the day goes on, we'll venture off yonder into the great unknown of the swell. See if we can't find another awesome campsite like this for night 2. All right, well, here we go. All right, the setup's proven to be pretty good for these mobile camps. We got all the gear put away and the tent put down in about less than 15 minutes, so we're ready to roll. Heck yeah. Kristy's ready to roll too.
Yep, just gonna get brushed my
Gonna get a brush your teeth and hit the road. Got all the gear put in there, cooler's on, running on the battery, and it'll charge the battery when I'm driving because I'm plugged into the 110 plug in there on the truck with the inverter. So that's going to be self-sustaining this whole trip. It'll charge on the battery when I'm not running the truck, and it'll run on the truck and charge the battery when I'm running the truck. So heck yeah. All right, well, here we go. All along this road coming in here, we got all these little signs with different dinosaurs on them, and talks about the formation and the time period. Pretty cool. Welcome to Jurassic Park. Only go if you dare. It's scary. The gate's open. All right, I've made it, and I'm wearing the right shirt for it too. Check it out. Jurassic Park. All right, we made it to the Jurassic National Monument Visitors Center. There's a little map of the area and talks about it a little bit right there. Not quite open yet. Still another 15 minutes, but it looks like they let somebody in, so there's another vehicle here from Oregon, so people travel to come here. It's pretty awesome. So the unique thing about this area is it's the densest concentration of Jurassic period fossils in the world. Right here in Utah. Heck yeah.
And it says fossils from this site are on display in more than 65 museums.
Wow.
In 14 countries.
Dang. So here we are at the Visitors Center here. Looks like they have a series of trails that go to these other lookouts. And this trail here that goes to some areas. We'll get a map and see what's in each of those areas. Looks like they got nice paved access for accessibility to pit toilets over there. And this interpretive trail looks like it's accessible. So that's pretty cool. The rocks and the scenery around here are pretty neat. They got these paved trails to these little gazebos in here with the picnic area. It's pretty nice. They got these interpretive signs everywhere. There's a little picnic area, picnic tables, gazebos. Looks like they got several of those in here. Kristy's finding an interpretive sign here. Talks about these rocks. Oh wow.
Oh, it slips. Looks like petrified wood, huh?
Shows how the layers of the rock move amongst each other right here. That's super cool looking.
Slips. Doesn't it look like petrified wood?
Yeah, it looks like petrified wood, but like that's like a fault line, like from like earthquakes and stuff.
Slips. Very cool. There's
the formal interpretation. Looky there, I ain't so dumb after all. Commonly found on a fault. Surfaces where large bodies of rocks have broken and slipped past one another. Well, there you go. Shows a little deal there. That's pretty cool. Speaking of fault lines, looks like they already got one there. Here's another interpretive sign. Oh, but this is fun for the kids and people that come here. Let's check out that. They put the skull right in that little rock. That's pretty neat. I even got this little rib cage here the kids can play in. Or Kristy. Fun. All right, well, there's one put together. It's a pretty big dinosaur. My goodness. Looks like it's about 8, 9 foot tall there at the back. Pretty long as well. All right, well, here's some skull comparisons of these different dinosaurs. They are huge. Like, that's an alligator right there. Oh, crocodile.
Many species here in the swell. And then you have to go down below Buck
Allosaurus.
towards 70 to find the burrows, and then out to the west side toward Mull to find the horses.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, wow.
Here's even a couple more.
The stegosaurs had tiny head, huh?
Yeah, they do.
That's like a brachiosaurus type of thing.
All right, that's an informative map there. It gives you the age of the dinosaurs of the different periods of what you would see in each period. And that's pretty neat. And where. It shows where, too. That's the age progression of the bones, you say?
5-bone and Allosaurus.
Wow. All right, looks like we're going into the dig site here in the quarry. That's pretty awesome.
Don't fall in. Now they've already removed the jackets from this section. Again, that beautiful black
There's some
manganese oxide.
bone pieces.
Okay. There's a centrum.
Oh,
That's
is
so cool.
This is part of a.
Wow.
This is part of a limb, right there.
Wow.
But they'll remove this and use it for research, pollinality. They'll slice the bones into slides and look at it in cross section.
Really cool.
So this stuff is all still useful.
Mm-hmm.
But
is
they
this-
didn't want anybody in here because they thought people would just start picking up souvenirs.
So is this some of that radioactive stuff you were telling us about?
No, our quarry is the exception to that rule.
Okay.
Over 99.9% of the bones throughout the state, this is the only place that they're not radioactive.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, isn't
Interesting.
that funny?
Okay, so part of this is the quarry. I guess if they were to dig down in this area here, they'd find more of the bone fragments and everything, and they go way back into the hill there. So this is an active dig, and they just keep collecting samples. So it's pretty awesome.
And all kinds of bones, jet black. And this display over here shows that they're in layers. So it wasn't a single event that created this bone bed. It happened again and again and again and again. But look at this picture once more. Very few big bones.
This is the site.
Look at all the little ones. Now to the right of that little P-shaped jacket, there was a big sauropod hip that they removed for now, and it had teeth marks all over it.
Oh, wow.
So something munched on it before it became a part of this quarry right here. And then one of our Allosaurus leg bones back there on display in the visitor center is completely crushed. And so I'm thinking that once it was dumped into this lake, something was walking in here and might have stepped on it, you know, so.
So this plaster is just to protect what's there now.
Exactly.
Okay.
But what you don't see are all the jackets in between the ones you're looking at. And Oshkosh University, Wisconsin, took them all this last spring. And again, this is where we have to make a decision. If everything is taken, there's nothing for the public to enjoy.
Right.
Hey, check that out. Today's lizard, tomorrow's dinosaur. All right, well, here's the start of our Jurassic journey. There's like a
1.5 miles.
3 loop trails in here, and I guess that's the map.
So we're starting.
Take a good look at that.
Starting. Here we go. We're starting right here.
Okay. So he said there's some loops in here, but I only see one. So maybe we'll come down to here and do this loop and then go back and finish that.
Okay, cool.
About 2 miles, including everything maybe. I don't know, we'll see.
So at 4, we'll know where to.
Distance, 1.5 miles. plus the little loop, so about 2 maybe. All right, here we go. Well, this is a Saturday morning, and we're like the only ones here, so we got a private tour by the ranger. We appreciate that. He did a very informative tour for us in the quarry. And now we're going to do this trail all by ourselves. It's going to be great. Don't have to be fighting crowds to get pictures and see what we want to see. So I guess this place has been open for like forever. But,
since 1968.
Since 1968, but in 2019 is when it became a national monument. Yeah, I'm not sure what we're going to see on this trail. Hopefully we'll get to see some bones like this.
Well, that's what it says. We should find it somewhere.
We should be able to see stuff like that. So we're going to take a look and see what we can find. All right, well, this sign right here says right in front of you, which to me would mean out there, but actually it means turn and go down this trail to this post, and then turn around and look at this little cliff face right here, and voila, there it is.
Oh, it's tiny, but that's actually
that
really
is awesome.
Cool.
All right, well, based on that first interpretive sign, this is going to be a challenging 2 miles of finding bones. But by golly, we're going to do the best we can and figure it out. But fun. It's fun exploring.
Yeah.
It's just like in Jurassic Park.
But it's cool to see things where they lie, where they were.
Yeah.
Wow, they're big.
60%, so they're a lot bigger than that.
Yes.
Here's an interpretive sign telling you how to identify fossils. That could be helpful on this trail. All right, talks about this Camptosaurus right here, and it's a 60% replica also. All right, well, there's the then and now. Left, fossilized fern example. I don't think it's actually here. I think it's just an interpretive sign. All right, we made it to the cutoff trail. If you wanted to end your journey early, you could do the shorter loop there. But we're going to stay the course. Hopefully there's going to be something fantastically amazing to see over here. But so far, it's just been a hike through the desert. Other than that one really cool bone we saw. So we're going to stay the course and see what we see. This trail wouldn't be here if there wasn't something really cool to see down here. So we're going to go down there and see. There is one guy over here from Oregon hiking the trail. He's doing the clockwise route while we're doing counterclockwise. So we're going to cross paths, and he might just tell us that there's something amazing there. Just won't know until we get there.
Right.
Another interpretive sign talking about the desert rocks and why they are dark in color. Like right there, they got the dark covering on them. Well, it's a pretty cool rock right there. It's all hollowed out. It's like kind of like the inside of a geode, kind of. It's pretty neat. All right, we're still making our way through this moonscape. That's what it looks like. All right, so there's a sauropod quarry. I guess in here, said we're going to see another bone or two over here in Site 6 when we get to it. So for right now, I think we're just going to head up this trail. Looks like people have ventured off that way, but they blocked it off. Like you're not supposed to go that way. So I think we're at the end of the loop, working our way back. All right, well, this is talking about this bentonite popcorn looking layer. Says how it got there and how it's formed. Pretty neat. And there it is. Look at that cool lizard. He just went under this rock. Boom, boom. There he goes. Look at that. He's pretty orange color.
Oh, I see.
That's pretty awesome. All right, well, there's an interpretive sign of the lizards we've been seeing along the trail. It's pretty neat. All right, well, here's some tracks and traces. Interpretive sign. Kind of shows you what to look for when we get down there. They're down where Kristy is there. Just taking a look at this and then go down there and see if we can see them. All right, well, let's get up close and personal. Okay, it looks like that big old large bumpy there is a footprint. I'm assuming the reverse side of it. And this here is a clam bed. And that big thing there is a clam bed. And then right down there is another footprint right there. Pretty cool. Alright, we got one more interpretive sign here to look at, and then we're done with this interpretive trail we did here. There is another trail system on the ridge there. That's the sign for it. And it goes 4 miles up that ridge line, gives you views of the area, but there's no bones or anything like that, he said. It's just the views of the area. So we're going to bypass that one, because we got enough views of the area with this trail we went on. We're going to go hop in the truck and do some exploring. Alright, well, there's a sign that talks about the Cedar Mountain Formation. We've been seeing a lot of this conglomerate type rock. Alright, here's a cool little thing. We got a dinosaur bone here.
Looks like that's maybe
Wow.
the size.
That's pretty big.
Maybe to scale.
I don't know. So this talks about the bone bed here. Guess there really is a lot in here. According to their maps and research, they found a ton of stuff in here. Alright, well, here's another replica dinosaur. It's an Allosaurus. And I guess this area here has one of the largest concentrations of Allosauruses in the area. Pretty awesome. Here's a sign that talks about it. About as far as we're going to go on these interpretive trails here. I think we've pretty much seen what we want to see. So we're going to work our way back to the truck and head on down the road and check out some of the formations down in the swell. There's a couple of little areas there. Swinging Bridge is a point of interest we want to go check out. And then some overlooks. I think there's a wedge overlook and a couple other things. We're going to check those out and see where this day takes us. Alright, well, that concludes our adventure here at Jurassic National Monument. Park ranger was super informative. Knew a lot about the area and all about dinosaurs and rocks and geology and everything. It's fantastic. The quarry was pretty neat to see that, where they're doing their active dig. Interpretive trail was a little underwhelming other than the first little leg. So if you're going to do the interpretive trail, I'd maybe just go do that site number 1 and then do the cutoff and come back and hit that last site number 6 or whatever it is that showed the footprints and stuff. But unless you wanted to wander through the desert, I wouldn't maybe go see the bentonite site, because you can see bentonite right here next to the visitor center. So anyway, that's that. Time to move on down the road.